Child, I like had some I made these delicious garlic pesto potatoes and I had like 4 of them before I hopped on here and I could see the grease coming out of my forehead already. Shout out to the oily people. My God, today we can't have nothing without our face. It like comes out of our skin right away. Hi guys. Hey family. Listen, if you are new here, just so you know, I talk for about 10 minutes just to welcome everybody in the room because YouTube takes forever to notify people when I'm going on a live. So I want to give about 10 minutes to, for the notifications to get out and also to chat with you guys and see how everybody's doing. When I start the review, I will only stop to acknowledge super chats or, any kind of donations because I was raised right. I was raised right. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome. If you were here on my last live, I apologize for being a little late. I had to put the timestamps in on the last video. That's why I like to I try to, not go to 2 hours, but, we had so much to talk about. It got juicy. So sorry. Hey, Denard. Denard said, hi, Star fam. Ari is taking me out. Girl, you love that man. You telling that you left that man because you wanted a hot girl summer. He wanted to finish school. We will get into Ari. I'm picking up a lot of scamming on this show. Also, if you want me to wrap up Happily Ever After, if you want me to talk about the reunion on Happily Ever After, I will. I'll do like a special video for that. But as you all know, around that time that stuff was airing, I lost somebody very special to me, and I just took time off to deal with that. But if you still want me to talk about it, I will. But I was not impressed with the season of Happily Ever After. The reunion was just very trashy. Angela was just out of control. It was ugly. I didn't really, we've had better reunions for Happily Ever After, but if y'all want me to talk about it, I will. Shonda said the B's ex-girlfriend is fine. Benny, Ari was looking jealous. I will say when I saw her, I was like, Binion, you was cheating on her? The nerve, men. They need to be studied by science. Like, I can't believe that he had the audacity to cheat on that woman. She was doing you a favor. Ciao. Tony said, are you guys watching the Versus with Fat Joe? Oh, I didn't know that was on at this time. Why are you doing a Versus on a Tuesday? Who the hell is catching that? I'll watch the replay. Versus should always be like on a Friday or Saturday, even a Sunday. So like everybody, it's a community thing. Like I love when Versus used to be on Saturdays. Like my whole family would get into it. We would dress up. We would cook. Like a Tuesday Versus? No, thank you. Hey, Desano. Glad you're here. Hey, Visual Taste. Tony said, nah, Nick, you don't waste your time with that crap. Talking about Happily Ever After. What a bad season. What a bad season. And not saying that the people were not good, but I honestly feel like because it was a pandemic season, I think they just pushed over the people, moved over to the next season, the people that were already vaccinated and tested and in a bubble for them to film. I think that those characters were just easier for them to film during the pandemic. I think if production actually had a choice and not being, have their hands and feet shackled by this pandemic, I don't think that would have been the cast for this season. I really, really don't, because they were struggling to give us content on that season. Love Like You Are said, I can't believe Jenny and Summit are still together. Me either. Nobody's more shocked than me. I didn't think they would make it a season, but they are still together. And Jenny has been living in India for a year. Ciao. Missy, we are going to get into that. Missy said, I'm so confused with Ari's marriage timeline. She was married at 19 for 10 years. She's 29 and has a baby with B. None of it makes sense. Tony said, I'm just here because I love this community. We can talk about anything and I'll be here, but with 90 over them. I'm sorry, Tony. Hey, Missy. Missy said, said, you know what? It's Star Fan. You know what it is, Star Fan? We back up in this thing. We sure are. We sure are. What's up, Jade? Jade said, yeah, especially because they're doing live events well in New York. If they start doing verses around the country, I'm going to need weekend dates. Yeah, it's just weird. On Saturdays, we had such a good time. Like Saturdays and Sundays were fun. We can make it a family event. I remember the Isley verses, the Isley and Earth, Wind, and Fire verses. Such a great verses because it was like my sisters and I and my mom could like really get into it. We had a nice little meal. I think it's called telecast. We telecasted the show from my sister's phone onto the TV. It was such a good time on a Tuesday. One of my sisters is still at work. Like, we're all going to catch this after. They got to find better times. I think they just need to keep it on the weekends so everybody can be a part of it together. It's a community kind of thing with the verses. But I don't know. Maybe since they sold it, it's just gotten like this, but who knows? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this live, Tony. Tony said they are putting on acting and I can't stand it because it's not fake properly. Absolutely. Remember, guys, I'm fine with them recreating and, faking storylines. I don't care. Just make it interesting. Just make it interesting. You don't have to blow up your life and tell us all your deep, dark secrets for it to be a good show. If you give me, even if it's a fake storyline, if it's interesting, I'll watch. But if you start to like fake stuff and it's obviously poorly done, I just can't stand it. I will say though, they're doing a lot better than Happily Ever After. Stanley said, hey, Stanley said, Ari wants cake, pie, pizza, and ice cream. Absolutely. And she wants it when she wants it. Absolutely. Her and Benny are absolutely faking everything. Hey, Shonda, thank you so much for the super chat. Shonda said, missed you, Nikki. Missed you too. Thank you so much. Hey, Sean, Christina. Hey. Tartar said, hey, miss you. Miss you. Evelyn and Corey are dry boots. Tartar. Why did they bring them back? Tartar. You are my people. You are my people. I can't blow this up, but Tartar, look at this. This is Corey and Evelyn. I didn't say her name right, but look at this. Look at that. Look at the first comment. Dry boots. Dry boots. That is my notes for this, for the last 2 episodes. Dry boots. Boring. Why are they here? Why are they here? We thinking alike. Great minds think alike, Tartar. Great minds think alike. Kaya said, Nikki, can we get your thoughts on the Family Chantel promo? Great season. Oh, they're going to put in some work and I will be there. That trailer looks delicious. What is his name? Chantel. What is Chantel's husband's name? Whatever his name is. When his sister walked into all of them and was like, I just want to let you know he slept with Karima and walked away. I was like, oh, I'll be there. I will be there. That is another family that, like, see, the Family Chantel, Pedro. The Family Chantel is a perfect example of people who are faking drama, but it's so good. It's so well done. I don't mind. I don't believe for a second that Pedro and Chantel are having marital problems. I don't believe. I think these two are in a good place. This show is good money, and they're going to do what they need to do to stay on TV. I think they're in a good place. I think these two really love each other, but they are faking drama, and they're putting in the work. And I love it. Because I don't think, well, you guys might know more because a lot of y'all know more than me. But they were all the Family Chantel, her mom and her sisters and everything. She wanted to get her kids in entertainment. So she's a stage mom. They're all in this kind of, they all like wanted to be in the entertainment industry. So they're putting in work. So I don't mind. It's going to be great TV. I don't believe any of it, but the work that they are putting in to make it believable, A1. And I will be there. I will be there. Tony said, agreed. Sometimes I don't need all of the over the top drama. Just let me see what's going on with you. I love them. She was responding to Denard. That's what it takes. We don't need all the drama. Just make it interesting. Just make it interesting. So we are here. We're at the 10-minute mark. I want to come on in the room, and then we're going to get started. Come on in the room. Whoa, hoo, ow. Gotta get my loofah. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Corey and Evelyn are what, Tartar? Dry boots. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Come on. Thank you guys for all being so flexible and working with my schedule. Please make sure you follow me on my Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. That's NikkiNicoleStar. Or please watch my community tab closely because, you know, what is it? Contract employee, contractor. So I'm self-employed. So like the industry, I'm an actress, right? I don't have a schedule. My job is basically auditioning and booking. So I just don't know what my schedule is. So that's why I had not been here. And I would do like backup videos, but by the time I got the opportunity to do a video, the next episode was already coming out. So that's why I'm starting with 90 Day Fiance the other way on episode 3, because by the time I could film the next episode, we were already on to the next. So that's just how it's going to be for a while. I don't know what's going on, but the industry is starting to pick up now, which is weird because this is when it slows down. So, bear with me, guys. We're going to get a schedule at some point. I don't know when or how it's going to happen, but at some point, we're going to get a schedule. But as of right now, I plan on doing 2 videos tomorrow, 2 lives. I may not be able to do it because I just got an audition, so we'll see. We will see, and I will keep you posted. So watch my community tab here on YouTube or follow me on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. Let's get into this review. Jenny and Summit. Jenny is bringing it. Out of everybody, I feel like she is putting in the work. In the first episode where she cussed us, first of all, Summit. What is this man's name? Because now Jenny is calling him Summit. Wasn't she calling him Summit? Summit or Samit, whatever his name is, when she cussed him out in the first episode and was just like, "You're not gonna marry me. If you don't marry me, I'm gonna leave," and like kicked the chair and stormed out of the room, I was like, thank you, Jenny. Thank you for showing up to work, because nobody else is. Nobody else is showing up to work, but Jenny, if you're not gonna marry me, she's showing up to work. She's showing up to work, and I'm so happy that she is on this season. This is how you do it. Even during a pandemic, she's showing up to work. Jenny, I hope you are also in on this with Summit, also known as the Meat, because Jenny, he's not going to marry you. It's not going to happen. Summit, also known as the Meat, always comes up with excuses. When he said that his ex-in-laws stole his passport, so that's why, he can't marry Jenny, because he can't get a marriage license without a passport. Girl, he gonna find everything. He's going to find everything. Last season, wasn't it the family jumped him and was suing them for the money the dowry that they paid for him to marry their daughter, and they were going to law officials to stop him from marrying Jenny? He didn't have his passport then. But as soon as all of the obstacles stopping him from marrying you are removed, all of a sudden, I need a passport, and they stole it. It's always going to be on this family. Oh, they stole the passport. Oh, they kidnapped me. Oh, they're making me pay all this money back. It's always something. He's always going to find an excuse, because as soon as he finds that passport, he's going to fake a health scare. I can't get married because of my anxiety. He's going to find something, Jenny. I hope you know that this man is not going to marry you. I hope you know that. And I hope you're just doing it for, the young peen, the young brown peen, and a reality TV show check. I hope that you are in on this, because this would be so unfortunate if at this moment and this stage in your relationship, you do not realize that this man just is not going to marry you and doesn't want to. Doesn't want to. Because y'all could have been married. Been married. He is not going to do it. He's going to find every excuse he can. There's going to be an excuse every season. I hope you're on to it. And I hope you're just playing along. I was like, you got kidnapped last season. Now they jumped you and stole all your personal information. They got your passport. Well, what happens when you find a passport? Oh, they also stole my birth certificate. I can't get married with that. Oh, they also, beat me up and stole my sperm. And now I'm about to have a baby with this woman, and I can't get married to you if I got a baby with a woman. It's always going to be something. If a man wants you, you will never have to question it. Stay woke. Jenny. So Jenny is trying whatever she can do to stay in the country, because with this kind of visa that she has to leave the country, India, every six months and come back to be able to get back into India. So she has to leave and then come back, leave and then come back. So she's going to be, I guess her storyline this season is going to be trying to find a way to stay in India. So the first thing that they're going to try is to become a Hare Krishna. I didn't like this, right? Because I felt like, this storyline of trying to be a Hare Krishna, because if I'm Hare Krishna, I could stay, Jenny can stay in India. I didn't like this because you're playing with people's beliefs with an ulterior motive, right? You're not going to the religion or looking into the religion because this is what you want and this is what you believe and you're being drawn to it. You're doing it as a way to stay in this nation. So you're not really committed to it. You're not devoted. This is not something that you want to do. You're using it as a means to benefit you, which should always be the opposite of religion, right? At least that's how it's supposed to be. So I didn't like it. I just felt like it was manipulative. And I don't think the people who were speaking to her or chanting with her knew that this is why she was doing what she was doing, because I don't think that they would have agreed to film if they knew that this was somebody who wanted to use their religion and their beliefs to stay in India, not because this is something that they really wanted to do. That made me uncomfortable. Very exploitive. Made me uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, let's talk about Ari and Bin. I'm getting scammed. Let's talk about it. I am getting a scam from Ari and Binyan. Scam number one, the faking the relationship issues to stay on this show. I think that Ari and Binyan are in a good place. I really, really do. I think that because they're in such a good place and they need and desire the check from this show, they're now faking, having relationship issues within their relationship and bringing other people into it. I'm getting scammed. I don't think that they really have any issues at all, but like with these reality TV shows, if you don't have any drama, they're not going to film, and they're not going to film with you, and you're not going to get paid. So I think they are faking having these marital issues. I don't think that Ari is attracted to her ex, because let's get in, like we talked about earlier, let's get into this timeline, right? The timeline is not making any sense, right? So Ari is like, my ex is my best friend and he's coming out to visit me. How in the hell is he your best friend? And we've been on this journey with you for almost 2, probably 3 years, and we have not seen, it hasn't been 3 years since season 3. Yeah, we haven't seen this guy once. He's never visited once. You've never talked about him, only to say that you were married before, and we saw some throwback pictures, but that's it, right? And we only saw the throwback pictures, and you only talked about this guy to paint the narrative that you like being adventurous and marrying, immigrant, and, marrying men from the places that you visit, right? That was the narrative they were trying to paint, that she is somebody that men from other nations marry to get American citizenship. So that was the narrative they were trying to paint. How is he your best friend? You don't talk about him, and this is the first time that we are seeing him in season freaking 3. You have been married and you had a whole child, and this is the first time you were seeing your best friend. It doesn't make sense. It's just not realistic. It's not believable, especially in this one scene where you're going to get your nails done because your best friend, your ex-husband, is coming out to visit you. So you're getting your nails done, you're fixing yourself up, and you're taking Binion with you to make him jealous. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I feel like Binion is already a cheater, so why give him any ammo? You know the kind of man that you were with, right? You know your man. So why would you give him any ammo to go and cheat on you by doing all of this stuff for your ex-husband who's coming out to visit you? It's not making sense to me. Like your timeline, Ari, doesn't make sense. So she says that she got married to him when she was 19, but she felt like she was too young. They were both too young. So she left. She left and she wanted to travel the world, and she felt like he would still be waiting for her when she got back. At 29? At 29, a whole decade, you traveled the world for a whole decade. Not only did you travel the world, you were having unprotected sex with Binion and got pregnant and married him. You mean to tell me that you were still, not only were you still married, but you were still thinking about your ex for a whole decade, and you thought that you guys would just get back together? But you were having unprotected sex with men that you met when you traveled? How? Either you are reckless and heartless or you're lying. It doesn't make sense. Now, either you're admitting to, eat, pray, loving and hoeing around the globe, or you're exaggerating this timeline for views, because it doesn't make any sense. I was just like, okay, so you left this man for 10 years. You thought that, first of all, the fact that you thought that he would be waiting for you to go back and get married again and live your life happily ever after with him. The fact that you thought that he would be waiting for you when you were having sex with other people. What, Ari? It don't make sense. Y'all should have sat down with your story producer and came up with something a bit more believable, because I thought that we would get back together. I thought that he would wait. But then I met Binion and got pregnant. How long were you eat, pray, loving around the globe? 10 whole years? How rich are you? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, wait. The only reason why you didn't go back to him is because of Binion? So no time within that decade did you ever think to go back? Or go back and, like, where was he living? Did y'all live in the same neighborhood? Like, it's not making sense. Where was he living? I don't. It just, Ari, it don't make sense, girl. Y'all should have went over this storyline a few more times before y'all gave it to the audience, because it's not clicking with me. It's not making sense. So anyway, her ex comes out and he brings, her and Binion all of these gifts, and he brings her bras. Fake drama. Because why in the hell, talking to the ex, why in the hell would you bring bras, right? Bras to your ex-wife and not only open up the package and show the bras and start fondling the bras and saying to her, I don't remember what size you wore. Is this the right size? In front of her husband. Stop it, y'all. I don't believe it. And Binion is just sitting there cool, mumbling to himself. I don't believe it. It's just not making sense to me, because if this is the real deal, then nobody here has common sense. Binion doesn't have common sense. Ari doesn't have common sense. And the ex doesn't have common sense. It's like, really? Who would do that? Who would do that? You really think that, you used to be married to somebody, you go out to visit them. Like, let's just say I do something like that. I go out to visit my ex-husband, and I'm sitting there in front of his wife, opening up these pack of tidy whities. I don't remember what size you wore, but I got the one with a little bit more room because I know you're a grower. What the hell? She's beating me up. She's not beating me up. She's going to attempt to fight me, but I'm going to win. I'm going to knock that heifer out. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, that's what makes sense. And the fact that Binion is sitting there, the only reason why he calms down is because homeboy gives him a speaker, a stereo, whatever. I'm not believing it, y'all. Y'all faking drama to stay on the show. I don't have a problem with that. Make it believable. Make it believable. It's just, it's not making sense. Ari's getting all dialed up, getting her nails done, getting her hair done, all this stuff to see him. And Binion is still cool with it. Not making sense. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think what happened with Ari, which would make sense. She got married too young and she wanted to do different things. So they broke up and they went their separate ways. But to act like you still, the door was still open for a whole decade, it's unbelievable. I do believe her tears. I do believe when she sat down with her ex in front of Binion and she cried and she said, I'm just so sorry because, I didn't want to hurt you. I do believe that because she was obviously the one who ended the relationship, the marriage, and went about her separate ways. It was her who wanted to travel and see the world because she felt like she was so young. So I do believe that guilt that she probably had for hurting him. But I'm like, have y'all not talked? I am so confused because you're sitting here crying and saying, I didn't mean to hurt you, but you call him your best friend. How is he your best friend if you haven't talked to him in 10 years? It's none of it is making sense. I'm like, your best friend is coming out to visit you. You guys never talked before the TV show about you leaving him and how he felt? Because he seemed to be okay with it, which makes me feel like y'all already had closure. Because he was like, oh no, it's fine. Like Ari is just and he's like, no, it's okay. No, it's fine. So I'm like, wait, did y'all have a closure conversation? Because he seems really cool with it, and he was the one who was dumped. The math ain't mathin', Ari. The math ain't mathin'. Let's get into how Binion is being petty now because Ari has her ex-husband, also known as her best friend, out of nowhere, come to visit and she's taking him around or whatever. So Binion, on this episode, Binion is just like, well, I invited my ex. Since your ex is going to be joining us for some stuff, I invited my ex to join me for this. However, it backfired on Binion, right? Because the ex comes to visit them at dinner and Ari is just like, so why did you two break up? What's going on? And she, she's talking to Binion in their language and she's just like, she's asking me a lot of questions and I have to answer them. Like, how do you feel about this? And Binion is not saying anything. And she's just like, well, I think he cheated. That's why we're not together. Not because she didn't want him anymore. Not because she didn't want to marry this man and be with him for the rest of her life, because he cheated on her. That's the only reason why they're not together. And this chick is stunning, okay? Iman's baby girl, stunning. So Ari is looking at this woman like, wait a minute. Y'all not together because you didn't want him. Y'all not together because he obviously didn't want you or treated you right. Because it turns out that he left her for his ex-wife in America. That's why they broke up, because he was cheating with the ex-wife. I will say this. I think that Binion, it's starting to sound like Binion was slinging pain to American women. It's giving gigolo. It's giving, the more we dive into Binion's life, it's giving gigolo. Gigolo who likes to impregnate his customers. Anyway, so Ari is now feeling some kind of way because, let's be real, the woman is stunning and she didn't walk away from Binion to go to, another love or a better opportunity. She walked away because she could not trust him. That's why they are no longer together. So of course, Ari is feeling intimidated. And it also doesn't help that her ex-husband wants to jump this woman's bones. I could not believe he said this. When he saw her, he was like, she's gorgeous. She's so beautiful. Why is he with Ari? I'm like, sir, I don't think you thought that through. I think you were just so mesmerized by how beautiful Binion's ex is. I don't think you realize what you were saying, because he was so flabbergasted that Binion was not with her and he was with Ari. He was like, why would you break up with her? Like, I don't understand. She's so beautiful. And didn't it seem like Ari's ex and Binion's ex had a bit of a moment? I wouldn't be surprised when the cameras went off that they probably had a little late night cocktail. Listen, you're grown, do whatever the hell you want to do. But so Binion being petty is starting to backfire, because now Ari is asking questions of his ex and getting answers, and she's, the wheels are starting to turn. And also the ex is not helping, because he cannot believe that Binion is with Ari and not his ex-girlfriend, because if he had the opportunity, he would jump on that if he could. But he got a girlfriend. I don't know if he'll have a girlfriend after this episode, because, I couldn't be his girlfriend watching this. I would probably, be watching it with him like, wow, you were really mesmerized. Wheels are turning. Wheels are turning. I think that because Ari and Binion are in a good place, they're faking drama, right? With their relationship. As somebody who was a professional actor, okay, because I got my SAG, I'm a member of SAG, and I got my credits and my residuals to prove it, right? The resume don't lie. I will say, I think that Ari and Binion are playing a very dangerous game with their relationship. I think it would be better for them to fake cultural differences and issues with her living in Ethiopia and not being able to adapt, and maybe a bit of issues with his sisters. To bring other people that you had strong relationships with, were married to, dated for 5 years, to bring them into this storyline, you can act it out all you want. Just because you're acting it or faking it doesn't mean that those emotions and feelings are not real. Because sometimes when the director yells cut, things still be going on. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. All them sex scenes, listen, after a couple of sex scenes, stuff start to happen. You might not have been attracted to them before, but you spend enough time, start talking about some things. Next thing you know, you're banging them at the rehearsal. Not me, but I'm just saying, things happen, right? So you're drumming up this storyline with people from your past that you had not only an intimate relationship with, but strong feelings and, exchange vows and everything. You're bringing them into this storyline because you don't have anything going on and you want to remain on this show. I don't think it's smart. I think they need to fake something else, because at the end of the day, you had strong relationships with these other people. And you're spending enough time, you start reminiscing, things can happen. They're playing a very dangerous game with their relationship for a check. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. Before I move on, Binion, why did you try to cut off that man's circulation? He was tapping out and everything, and Binion still had him in a chokehold over Ari. Okay, Stephen and Elena. So Stephen and Elena are the new couple. Stephen is a Mormon. Elena is a young girl from Russia. They are actually going to live together in Turkey because, why the hell are they living in Turkey? I think something's going on because of COVID. They can't live in Russia. This is another scam. This is a scam relationship. I think just like Ari and Binion, to be quite honest with you, I think every couple on this show is scamming to get to 90 Day Fiance happily ever after and live, live a happy life in America, but still film 90 Day Fiance happily ever after. I think the only couple that really wants to stay where they are staying is Evelyn and Corey, because I think that Evelyn has no desire to live in America. But I think Summit, also known as Samit, wants to live in America, and Jenny is aware of that. I think that Stephen and Elena have every plan to bring Elena. Stephen has every plan to bring Elena to the United States. I think that Binion has been trying to get to America since he impregnated the first woman he was with, the first white traveler that he was with. His ex-wife. I think that that's the goal for them. I don't think that Ari is going to live in Ethiopia longer than she actually has to. She is not happy there. She keeps on going back home. I think that these two are filming the other way at this point because they want to be filming on this show while Binion is getting approved for his visa to move to the United States. I think the only couple that really wants to stay where they're at and will probably remain on 90 Day Fiance the other way is Corey and Evelyn, unfortunately. So with Stephen and Elena, I think that I don't see Stephen and Elena living in Turkey for long. I think they're going to get married and he's going to try to get her to the USA. And I think we're going to have a 90 Day Fiance happily ever after couple. That's what I'm getting from them. Elena, I'm not saying that I don't think that she likes Stephen. I'm saying that she likes America more. I think this young lady wants to get to America. And even if she has to move there with this cheating Mormon, she will do it. And I think that Stephen just wants to have a submissive wife who is dependent upon him, who won't question him when he does things that are outside of his beliefs, because this is what I get from him. From what I've seen, Stephen picks and chooses when he wants to be this religious Mormon man. And I also think that Stephen does not know that Elena is telling the audience and her best friends how he really is, right? Because Mr. Mormon had the audacity to call this young girl and say, hey, do you mind if I date other people until we get together? Excuse me? Excuse me? But I don't think he knows that Elena told us that. And I don't think he knows that Elena told her friends that. I think he's having these conversations with her, but then presenting a different person on camera, Mr., like the first Mormon that was ever created. I think he's faking that. I don't think that he is as religious as he is off camera, that he is portraying on camera. Because what Mormon man, especially if you are engaged to be with someone, what Mormon man is dating while he's engaged? What Mormon man is asking for permission to go on other dates while he's engaged? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think that there's another side of him that he doesn't think that we know, but we're finding out who Stephen is through Elena. I also think that he is not as chaste as he is trying to make us believe, because Stephen tells Elena that when he moves there, he's going to stay in a hostel. He's going to stay in a hostel in Turkey while she stays in the apartment that he's going to be paying with Elena, while they're in Turkey. You mean to tell me she's going to have a whole apartment to herself, a warm bed, her own bathroom, running water in the kitchen, and you're going to stay in a hostel? Stephen is faking it for the cameras. I do not believe it. I think that while Elena, was in Russia before the cameras got there, I think that he was slinging his Mormon penis all around wherever he was at. I think he was sleeping with other people. I think he was going out on dates. I think he was living his best life. But now the cameras are there. He's trying to show us this person. But baby, if you hear it from Elena, he's not who he is portraying himself to be on camera. I don't believe for 1 second that he's not going to leave that hostel after the cameras leave and go run up in that apartment and go lay down with Elena, who was a little hot and bothered. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. She ain't never had no penis before, and she got this penis right here. I gotta find another way to describe genitals. She's a virgin, you know what I mean? But and she says, I'm not a virgin because I want to be. It just happened like that. So that means that she's ready. You know what I mean? She's ready. So there's no way that she's going to kick him out of bed. So Stephen is just like, I want to stay at the hostel because I feel like we're going to be tempted or whatever. And Elena's like, okay, maybe it'll happen. But, we can try, come and stay over here, Stephen. And Stephen is like, oh no, the Mormon Bible. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Stephen. There's no way you're staying in a hostel in Turkey. I don't so you're just going to be living in a hostel. This is 90 Day Fiance the other way. So that means that you are moving to this place to live. So you are going to live at a hostel while Elena has her own place until you guys get married. Get the hell out of here. Play checkers, not me. Play checkers, not me. When the cameras leave, you're going to stay in that apartment with Elena, and nobody will be mad at you for that. That makes sense. He's faking it. And I don't know if him and Elena are still going to be together. Because again, I don't think that he knows that Elena is telling us his tea. I don't think he knows. Speaking of Elena, hello, Miss Messy. Hello, Miss Messy. So since Steven informed her that he wants to date other people until they're actually together and living together in Turkey, Elena was just like, I'm about to marry this man and I don't trust him. So she gonna ask her little girlfriend to, contact him, Steven, through social media and flirt with him. And if he flirts back, she's going to make a decision on what she's going to do. Elena, again, play checkers, not me, honey. You not giving up that American citizenship for nothing. For nothing. There's no way. There's no way that even if Steven flirts back, that you are going to leave him. You know he's sleeping with other women, and you're still going to marry this man. But you know what? Give me storyline. Give me storyline, because baby, you're not going nowhere. You're not going to listen. Get the citizenship. Stay married to. Say what y'all want about Natalie, but she scammed correctly. Get the marriage, get the citizenship, and get the hell out of that situation. If I was you, I would be DMing Natalie like, girl, how'd you do it? What was the process? How long did it take? Who's your lawyer? You better talk to Natalie. Let's get to Ellie and Victor. I'm hoping that Ellie is scamming. I really hope that she did not sell her business. Because I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned. Ellie is a young woman who is a widow. She lost her husband to, I think he overdosed on pain pills that he was taking for a surgery that he had. And she went on this trip, them eat, pray, love trips be catching them white women up. Y'all be getting caught up. You are never supposed to get caught up on your eat, pray, love trip. An eat, pray, love trip is like a whole trip for older women. Let's just tell the different shade of the devil. You can't call it a whole trip because you're not like in your mid to early 20s, right? When you in, your 30s and 40s, you got to call it a eat, pray, love trip, right? So it was a nice little whole trip for her. She got caught up. She got caught up with, is it Ellie or Eli? Whoever. She got caught up with him. And she has fallen in love with this man. And she is moving. Where is he at? I want to say Jamaica, but I know it's not Jamaica. She is moving to the Caribbean to be with him, to live with him. And she sold her business. I'm doing this because I really hope that she did not sell her business to go live with this man who is not a contractor. He is not an architect. She is sending all of this money to him for him to build a home for them to live in. And all he has done was like put up 2 pieces of plywood. They ain't even got no appliances in the home. It seems like he's making a home out of clay. He don't know what the hell he's doing. And she is sending him money every month for him to buy materials and to build this home. And it looks dilapidated. It looks like a sandcastle that was built by toddlers on the beach. Like, baby, he don't know what he's doing. He does not have the expertise or skills to build you guys a home, especially a home that you will probably feel comfortable with living in. He is taking your money. I feel like he's taking her money. He's giving it to the woman that he really wants to be with. And I think the woman that he really wants to be with is a chick that he has been cheating on her with and keeps on apologizing, but continue to cheat with. I think that's who he really wants to be with. And him and the woman that he is cheating with is in on the scam to scam Ellie. And Ellie. And I feel bad. Victor is the guy. I mixed up the names, but I feel bad. I feel like Victor is scamming her. And I think she's so heartbroken and fragile that she just doesn't care. Because I won't say that she doesn't know that she's being scammed by Victor. I think she knows. But I think she just wants to, be loved again. Oh, Ellie, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for her because I don't think she's scamming. I think this is her pure feelings. And I think she knows. I think she knows that she does not have this man's heart. But think she'd just rather have the comfort of being with a partner than being lonely. Because even when she was talking to her friend was like, why are you going to move there, give everything up for this man if, he's already cheated on you and you feel like you can't trust him? And she simply said, I'm lonely. Oh, I'm getting sad now. I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh, Ellie, you can't find nobody in America. American men. Y'all got to get it together. We are leaving the country. We are leaving the country to build relationships with men that ain't no better than you guys. She knows. And I feel like she's going to get her heart broken. And one of my really good friends watched my last live. He just texted me. He said, I am howling at you talking about your ex. Welcome to the Black church. Inside joke, but I just saw his text. But yeah, Ellie, I feel really bad for her because I don't think she's scamming. I don't think she's, that she's coming on here with a fake storyline. I think she really wants to be with Victor, and I think that Victor is scamming with the woman that he really wants to be with on the island. That's what I think. Anyway, in this episode, there has been a hurricane. She's very concerned about Victor. She finds out that Victor is safe, so she goes to travel to a neighboring island to go be with Victor. She has sold her business at this point. I hope she can get it back. I really hope that she still kept the business, just let somebody be in charge of the business or made, that guy a partner. I really hope she didn't give that business up because at the end of the day, even if you're not there running the business, it could still be yours and you could put somebody in charge to make money so that you can have something funding your lifestyle while you're there. You're just going there with your savings and what you have made from selling your business, and you don't even know if this is a sure foundation of a relationship. She's lonely. When you are desperate, sorry, Ellie, to say this, when you're desperate and lonely, you make some terrible decisions. And I feel like she has made a terrible decision. But anyway, she runs back to go be with him. We don't see her and them meet up yet. We just see her getting to the neighboring island. I will say this about her best friend who was giving her sound advice. I think the only reason why her friend apologized about the warnings that she gave Ellie about Victor is because she did not want to look terrible on TV. She did not want to look terrible on TV. And I feel like best friend, even if he was hit by a hurricane and he lost everything, it does not mean that he was treating your friend properly. You did not need to apologize about the things that you said about Victor because everything that you said was on point. On point. She was like, I feel bad. And I feel bad about the things that I said about him because he was in a hurricane and we don't know if everything is, who cares? That doesn't mean that he's not mistreating your friend. I just think she said that because she didn't want to look terrible on TV. That's what I think. But her friend was right. Everything that all the warnings her girlfriend gave her about Victor, I think she was right. And I think, unfortunately, her warnings are going to come to pass. Ellie, I wish you the best. And I feel terrible for you. I feel absolutely terrible for you. Let's get into my favorite couple, Kenneth and Armando. So Kenneth and Armando are getting ready to get married. They've been meeting with wedding planners. They're going to have a huge wedding in Mexico. But let's talk about what I always knew. But I was so shocked that I never saw it. But I knew it. Because in this episode, Kenneth's daughter comes to visit. And their visit is so emotional. They ain't even reached his home yet. And him and his daughter are already crying. They cried in the airport. Now they're crying in the car. And we find out in this episode that Kenneth is really homesick. And that the only reason why he moved to Mexico was because he felt like he would lose Armando if he didn't. Because Armando is just like, my child is here and my family is here. I am not moving. So Kenneth felt like he was kind of forced to do that, to move to Mexico, or he will lose somebody that he loves dearly. And he's holding that back from Armando because he doesn't want Armando to feel bad. But I'm like, Kenneth, you have to say something, because even if you watch my reviews from last season, I've talked about it almost every episode of my review of this show last season, because it just did not make sense to me. Did not make sense to me that Kenneth was the core of his family. The core. And he had such an amazing relationship with his grandchildren, where he was in their life daily. He was literally babysitting his grandchildren while his children were at work. So you mean to tell me you're very close with your children? You have this bond, this huge bond of a relationship with your grandkids where you are watching them every day. You mean to tell me that you were okay with leaving all of that to go pursue your own life? Because even last season, he was a little sassy. He was like, I've raised my kids. I've lived my life. Now I got to live for me. Now I have to do this for me. Even though he was like that, it still was not making sense to me. Because I'm like, from what we have seen, you guys are so close. Your kids were crying when you were talking about leaving. Then when you actually were packing up and leaving, all of your children were breaking down. Then on the way to the airport, all your children and grandkids are breaking down. People are screaming and travailing while you're taking out your luggage and putting it on, and sending it on a little train to go to the airplane. You mean to tell me that you guys are so close like this that you could just get up and move? I knew it. I just knew. So when Kenneth revealed in this episode that he is homesick, he misses his family, and the only reason why he is here is because he felt pressured to move here by Armando, I was not shocked. I said, it makes sense. It makes sense. The way you guys were falling out and crying all last season, it makes absolute sense. So I don't know if Kenneth is going to be able to get Armando on board. Because again, I don't think that Armando is scamming to get to the United States. He does not want to move. His daughter's family is here. I think when his daughter gets a bit older, I think America may be the move. I think right now, because she's so young, I think he wants to keep her close to his family. But I think when she gets to like middle school age, I can see them moving to the US, because I don't see Kenneth being able to stay in Mexico and be this far away from his family for too much longer. But I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Stay woke. Stay woke. Let's get into Tartar, Dry Boots, Corey, and Evelyn. Another couple that I think is scamming for drama to stay on the show. They're scamming for money. They're scamming for coins. They're scamming to remain on this show. They are not having relationship problems. Even if they are, I don't think it's just enough for us to be interested in. So they're just faking this, Corey and Evelyn getting married, and Evelyn, being, adverse to being married to Corey, not really wanting to be in it, having this whole wedding dress thing, and, not really sure about her decisions, all to get down to the end of this episode and find out that they're already married. Why are y'all here? Why are y'all here? I do not believe for 1 second that Corey cheated on Evelyn. I think that's fake. I think Corey cheating on Evelyn is fake. It's something they concocted. It does not make any sense, because first of all, what woman, who is the other woman, right? The Jezebel. What woman would not only give a headshot of herself for this show to show when they are talking about the Jezebel that almost broke this relationship up, give this show a headshot so they can put it up every time Corey and Evelyn talks about Corey cheating, but also come on this show to be the other woman? Who signs up for that? Who really signs up for that unless you're getting paid a good coin to do it? I don't believe for 1 second that he cheated. I don't believe the way Evelyn got that man whipped. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It's fake. It's fake. So this lady that Corey cheated with is going to come on the season, and Corey is going to be struggling about if he wants to be with her, if he wants to be with Evelyn. And why are they here? I don't believe anything. And, even if I would believe anything, y'all are boring. Y'all are boring. The most interesting thing happened when Corey pulled out this David's bridal dress to give to Evelyn so she could wear that on her wedding day. The only reason why I chuckled at that is because I was like, oh, is he giving her his mother's wedding dress? When I found out it was his sister's like 11th grade prom dress, I was like, why in the hell would you do that, Corey? What woman wants to wear a junior high prom dress as their wedding dress? That was the only thing that I chuckled at that was like kind of interesting. The rest of their scenes, Now Evelyn's sisters, your family members or cousins or whatever, are going to be mad at Corey. They're going to be so mad at Corey, they're going to make him eat ox balls. You can't give me this. You cannot give me this when Jenny is screaming at Summit, also known as the meat, and throwing picnic chairs that they use as house furniture out the door. Not when she's delivering like that. You can't give me that. You cannot give me that. You got to give me something more, Corey and Evelyn, or don't give nothing and don't come on the show. I know y'all need money to support yourselves, and I don't know. I think they're in Ecuador. I know that's why, I'm not trying to take any money out of anybody's hands. I know that's why you're doing this for this show, but y'all got to get better. Y'all got to give us something better. This cannot be what y'all are giving us this season and expect for us to not only be engaged, but want to see you guys on another season. I'm disengaging. I am disengaging from the Corey and Evelyn storyline. That is all I wanted to talk about with this episode. What do you guys think? Let's scroll up. Let's listen to Shonda. Please like the video and subscribe to Nikki to get her to 13K subscribers, please. Marianne said, yes, Binion has a type. White American woman. What the ex did. I love like you are said the exes said, why swap? They absolutely did. Midwife Crystal said Benny was playing with fire and burnt his damn self. He was trying to one up Ari and got caught. Black Lavender said Ari's ex is giving out bras and about to get mollywopped. It didn't make sense to me. I said, who would do that? What man would do that? What man would do that? Especially if he doesn't even want Ari. Because he told Binion, you don't have anything to worry about. I don't want her. So why are you picking up bras and presenting them to her in front of him? Right? Why would your girlfriend let you do that? It's not making sense. I wouldn't be surprised if production bought the bras and put them in his luggage. Because I just don't see the woman you're with either being okay with you going shopping to get bras for your ex-wife that you're going to visit and she's not going to be there with you, or going with you to Target asking you what size do you think that your ex-wife wears. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I believe none of it. None of it. Okay? The resume speaks for itself. Certified. Oh, God. F. Usher said, Steven had me cracking up with his plans to have snacks, then brush his teeth and use the bathroom. Oh, God. Are you guys talking about Binion's music video with Ari? If so, this is the video. I think Shonda has it. Oh, God. Thank you, Marianne, for clearing this up. Marianne said, well, they're actually just going to Turkey. I don't know if she's going to make it to America. Really? I just don't see this couple staying in Turkey. I don't see whatever his name is. Is his name Alex? What's his name? Steven? I don't see him living in Turkey, especially in a hostel. I just, I don't believe it. Gracie Ellis said talking about Steven, he thinks Elena is quiet and he's trying to show us a quiet version of himself, scammer. Absolutely. Oh, Keely Flanagan said he's trying to get her prepared for some sister wives. That could be very true. That could be very true, because why would he call her and say, are you okay with me dating other women? Aren't you engaged? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Love Like You Are said Alita is following the Natalie Scammy guideline to America. If she is, good for her. Good for her, because Steven is doing whatever the hell he wants. Why can't she? Why can't she? Marianne said, if we had a drinking game for every time we hear I have a secret between Love at the Lockup and 90 Day Fiance, we will all be drunk. Miss GG88, Elena is moving from Russia to Turkey. Wendy Sims said a hostel in my soldier boy voice. A hostel that he plans on living at until they get married. Stop lying. Stop lying. Some people, you sent the super chat? I didn't see it. Moderators, did you see it? And shout out to my moderators. I could not do this without you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Debbie D said Ellie requires therapy. Yeah, she needs it. I'm hearing she didn't sell her business. Thank you, Lord. I hope she didn't. I really hope she didn't. I hope she just left that guy in charge or made him a business partner, because girl, this is not a sure foundation. This love ain't a sure thing with Victor. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, he was living with another woman, F. Usher. Absolutely. Listen, when you're in your 30s and 40s, you call it eat, pray, love. I'm going on eat, pray, love. I went on a journey of discovery. Translation, I'm banging men in various countries. You don't raw dog them, though. Like, you're supposed to use protection. But Ari and Ellie are just doing whatever they want. Like, you are supposed to use protection on your eat, pray, love trip, ladies. We are only accepting I forgot to put on a condom with a whole trip. Not at your big age, you raw dogging strangers. No. We gotta use wisdom. We gotta use wisdom. Wendy Sims said, place, talk about Ellie's place. Place looks like it's made out of cardboard. A breeze will knock it over. Because he's not a contractor. He's not an architect. He don't know what the hell he's doing. He's not a builder. He don't know what he's doing. He slings penis, not hammers. Well, he does have a hammer. But you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. That home is dilapidated. He's been building it for months. And she keeps on sending him thousands of dollars every month to build this home. And y'all don't even have plumbing? Girl. Marianne said he definitely doesn't know what he's doing. Cutting corners, getting his homeboys to come by and try to build a house and using the money for something else. Absolutely. He is scamming. He is scamming her. Wendy Sims said, I'd rather be by myself sitting in my paid for apartment and all my money. Shoot, I will buy a cat to keep me company. Yeah, but I think she's so heartbroken. I think Ellie is so heartbroken. And that is what is fueling her. I think that Victor came at a time where she was still healing. And instead of because you'll never really heal from the loss of somebody you loved. But I think he came at a time where she was healing and he felt something in her that was in the process of being healed. So I feel like he came in and stopped her healing and became a distraction. Unfortunately. Black Lavender said a slight breeze is going to blow that shack down. Listen, if he had to evacuate where he lives, I know that 2x4 shack that he was building is no longer standing. So good for him, right? Good for him that this hurricane came in and knocked down everything that he was building. Because if she would have gotten there and saw what he had built with all of her money, she probably would have woke up and left again, like she did last time when she found out he was cheating on her. She probably would have been like, oh, wait a minute. Where's the money? Where's the beef? Like, what's going on? He's lucky because now he can say, oh, the hurricane did this. Ellie, please. I hope that when we get to the reunion, you're in a better place. Yo, Gracie Ellis said it. She said, talking to Black Lavender, now that the hurricane came, Victor has an excuse about where the money went. Yep. Oh yeah, Marianne, they do. Marianne said, damn, Kenny's daughters really miss him and he loves her so much. But unfortunately, I find this couple boring. Oh, really? I love Kenneth and Armando. They're my favorite couple. Oh, I love them. Very emotional Black Lavender. And really sad to see that because he's no longer there, that they're not meeting like they used to. I'm telling you, when you lose a matriarch in a family or patriarch, when you lose that central person in a family, it can fall apart. My family has never recovered from the loss of my grandmother. When you lose a big mama or a big papa, the family is done. She was like, I'm stepping up and I'm being you. And I don't know how to do that because I'm just a sibling. But is she the oldest? If she is the oldest, it makes sense. Daisy Boots said, oh, okay, now it makes sense why Kenneth's kids didn't want him to leave because he was their crutch. Yeah. He was, Big Papa. Yes, listen to Shonda. Thank you, everyone, for joining NikkiStar Live. Please like and subscribe for great content. Thank you so much, Shonda. And let's be social with Nikki on Instagram. This is my Instagram, NikkiNicoleStar. My Twitter is Miss Nikki Star, or you can follow me on the community tab here, where I post about what I'm going to be reviewing. Denard said, Evelyn needs to stop saying that Corey cheated. He definitely didn't. He was with that girl while they were split up. I don't even believe that he was with that girl while they were split up, while they were on a break. I don't believe it. I think it's all fake. I think that when they were on a break, Evelyn was the one, zipping it and doing it around town and having a good time. I think that Corey was following behind her like, a little puppy dog, waiting for her to, finally realize that it's better with him than it is in them streets. As soon as I saw that girl's like Photoshop picture, it was like Corey's picture with the mistress. It was like a promo picture for the show. Like, the promo pictures that the couples take. And every time we go to one of their scenes, we have this promo shot of the couples. That's what it looked like. So the background and everything, all of it was the same. So you mean to tell me on the same day that you and Evelyn was taking promo pics, you also had time to take a pic with the mistress using the same camera, the same background? Get out of here. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Hey, midwife Crystal said Kitty's daughter that visited is preggo. She should be having her baby soon. Her pregnancy glow in Mexico has been flawless. How did I miss that she was pregnant? How did I miss that? Gracie Allen said, same, Nikki, when grandma died and everyone else went down, we have never been the same. Yep. Very true. We had no idea because she was the one who was like all holidays, all events, all reunions was at her home. She did everything. She was the one who was calling around and saying, you're making a potato salad. You're making a chicken. This is what time we're meeting. You bring the ice. You bring the cut. Like that was what her job. Like that's what she did in the family. And when she passed away, nobody stepped in that position. And now we are all over the place. No idea how important you are in a family until you're actually gone. You just never made any sense that she was like, you didn't think about it. You didn't think about it, but she was the one who kept us all together. Missy said, facts, Nikki. My grandmother passed over 20 years ago and my family has never recovered. Nope. Big mamas and big papas are very important, especially big mamas. You know what, Graciela? I forgot what she said. What did Jenny say? War you're going to marry me? I haven't done it in such a long time. War you're going to marry me? I'm not going to sit around if you're not going to marry me. Give it to us, Jenny. Are you going to marry me or not, Sami? I know you're going to do it because I'm not going to wait around. Yes, Jenny. Give us a show. Nobody else will. Paige URL said, didn't Evelyn cheat on Corey? Why aren't they discussing that? Because that's real and that probably actually really hurts Corey. That's probably why. That should have been the discussion. Because she was cheating with somebody who Corey was hanging out with. That make that the theme, right? Don't give us this fake Corey cheating storyline. Who believes it? Who believes it? I bet you there are women trying to get in Corey's pants all over that island, but they can never do it because Corey's just like, no, please don't touch me. My body is for Evelyn and Evelyn only. I'm married. He's so whipped, he would never. It's not believable. It's more believable that Evelyn cheated. Corey cheating is not something that anybody would buy. You're so welcome, Rebecca. You're so welcome. Sorry, Cameron. I know it's just really difficult when you lose somebody who is such a, the center of your family. So sorry. Wendy Sims said, at NikkiStar TV, when my grandmother passed, the only thing I could do was try to plan for the holidays. So I cook Thanksgiving and Christmas now. I also plan the vacations too. Yep. Like somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. I love how y'all love that Jenny impersonation. I'll give y'all more next episode because she seems to be giving us, we'll probably get some more blow ups from her. Yes, Marianne, as of right now, girl, who knows how my schedule is going to be, but as of right now, I'm doing 2 reviews on Love at the Lockup. If you go to you know what? I'll share it. I have 2. I've already created the lives. It should come up in your news feed. If it doesn't, I'll just share it so it can come up in your news feed. But as of today, I have a live scheduled at 12 p.m. on Friday. Oh, thank you so much, Missy B. Thank you for the Jenny impression. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for the Cash App. As of today, I have a Love at the Lockup for last week's episode at 12 on Friday and at 7:30 plus the dating game on Friday evening after the latest episode. As of today, if anything changes, please follow my community tab or follow me on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. Hey, Keely. Keely said it's hard when the matriarch or patriarch, Big Mama and Papa, doesn't train a successor. Absolutely. But nobody ever sees death coming. Yep. Especially the person who is the center of your family. It's a big role. Absolutely. Big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. I feel like it'll probably be me. No, will it be me? No, because I can't have one on people in my house. I can't because I will be the type of person who would get like a luxury porta potty and my family will not be with it. They would be like, oh, we can't use your bathroom. I cannot have one of them people use my bathroom. I can't. Family or not. Family, I hope I'm wealthy enough to just have like my own like bathroom because I feel like I'm going to have to share a bathroom with a man. So, and I don't like want my husband like feel like I think he's dirty or anything, right? So I got my own bathroom, but I just need to have my own bathroom. It's my thing. It's my thing. But I feel like if I had like a family reunion or have my family over for the holidays, I'm going to want them to use, there'll be luxury porta potties, but I feel like my family wouldn't be with it. I think that they will cuss me out and, it'll be fights. So maybe it's not me. Somebody else going to have to fill Big Mama shoes because I don't think I'm equipped. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm equipped. Some people said I make Jenny sound like a Swedish chef. Oh, great. Thank you, Tony. Tony said that because I created a bunch of lives. So it's Tony said it's all on my community tab. So go check my community tab and set a reminder. Rebecca said, I already set my reminders for Love at the Lockup. Yes, Rebecca, thank you. Yeah, so they're all there. They're all there. Great. Great. Oh, yeah, I talked about that on my last Bachelor in Paradise review. Yeah, Michelle got a budget. and she got some nice looking men. That's going to be a good season. A good season. Rachel said, on Friday night, I was expecting you on. I looked at my husband and asked if he was ready for the felon dating game. I'm so sorry. I at the last minute at 5 p.m., I got an audition that I had to film, and it was very difficult. That's the only thing that I am going to miss about what's happening, in my industry at this point, because I feel like we're not going to go back to in-person auditions for a very long time. I think this is going to be the new standard for the industry. I like, having, being able to film in my own space. The only issue is that I have to become an entire production team to film an audition. And it's so exhausting doing all of that. By the time it's time for me to do the audition, I'm tired. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing lighting. I got to take down my background and put up another background. I got to get the light right. Some people want me to do props. I got to do totally different settings and cuts. And then I got to edit the whole thing when I'm done. And I got to memorize stuff. And it's a lot. Then I got to find somebody to read with in a pandemic. It's a lot. It's far too much for an audition. And I miss going in person. All I had to do was, go over my lines, show up, have enough quarters in my wallet to pay for parking, and go in. And in 30 minutes, I'm in and I'm out. The good old days are gone. So yeah, my auditions just take a very long time. So sorry about that. Because by the time I was done with the audition, the episode was already on. So by the time I was able to even sit down and watch the episode, the credits were rolling. So if I would have done the review, it would have been at 10 p.m. and I'm on the West Coast. So it just wouldn't have been fair to my East Coast family. So sorry about that, Rachel. That's my life. That's my life. Hopefully I can get a series regular where I have a schedule, and, I can tell you guys, I wrap at 6, see you at 8. You know what I mean? I don't know. Other than that, this is the life. This is the life. Hey, Shin! Glad to see you in here. Gracie Ella said, for super chats for Nikki to do a whole Jenny section. I love how much y'all love Jenny. I love it. Coos Girly, thank you so much for the super chat. Coos Girly said, this is the first of your recent lives that I've been able to catch. I've missed you and glad to see you back. Thank you so much, Coos Girly. I'm glad to be back. Oh, wait a minute. Keely said, Nikki, I love that you're still hustling. It's inspiring as a fellow artist. Best of luck to you. We really got to do the most and then some with COVID. Yeah, it's a lot. It really is a lot. You know why I won't quit this? Because it's very easy to quit this and go I am great at everything that I do, right? There's not been a job that I've worked at that hasn't been acting that they have not tried to promote me within 3 weeks. That's just, so I could be doing a lot of different stuff and making a lot better, great money. Unfortunately, I was in one job that was great benefits, good money. I was so miserable. Unfortunately, being an artist, that desire to create never leaves you. Never leaves you. As much as I tried to suppress it, it would not go away until I was screaming inside my own body. And I just made the decision to pursue acting full time. And although it's been a journey and I feel like I work even harder than I did when I was at my survival jobs, I'm a lot happier. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. You got one life to live. Live it being as happy as you can be. As happy as you can be. Especially Gen Z. Gen Z, live your life. Don't hold back. Take every opportunity. Because, we're going to do the best we can to save this world. You know what I mean? But the boomers are going to let this world burn. Climate change is coming in quickly. Gen Z, have fun. I don't know how much time y'all have here, so just have fun. Marianne, oh, you don't see it on the community page? That's fine. I'll share all of them. When I get off of here, I'll share all of them. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let me get out of here. It's getting late. I have to eat. I'm trying to get a hold of that too. I've been eating way too late. That's what happens when you're like writing at 3 a.m. You eat at times you should not be eating. But anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you all for being so flexible and joining me at this time. Again, keep on looking at the community page. Keep on following my Instagram, NikkiNicoleStar. I'll post everything that I'm doing the day of. If I can post before that, I'll definitely do that. I'll send out reminders, but just keep on watching that page because schedules may change. I told you guys I just got an audition today when I was on my last live. I haven't looked at it. It may be for tomorrow. So I don't know if I can do a live tomorrow, but we'll see. And I'll do my best. Love you so much. Before I get out of here, hey, Angie, I missed you. Angie said, yes, finally, the queen is back. Yes. I am so glad to see you. Definitely staying up for you. Welcome back. Love you. Love you too. Thank you so much. When you leave, family, please make sure you leave a like before you get out of here. Again, you know that when you give me likes, it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you like what you see here, and it recommends other people. And of course, we want to grow the Star family. If you like what you see here, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you tomorrow for something. I don't know what time, but it'll definitely be Bachelor in Paradise. And what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Oh, I want to do a review. I'm trying to, schedule something with Arnold. So tomorrow, if I don't have an audition, I'll give you a live for Bachelor in Paradise at 12. And then later in the afternoon, I'll do a review of the Met Gala fashions with my friend Arnold. I'm trying to schedule something with him. So look out for that. But again, I'll give you reminders on the community tab, and I'll also give you reminders on Instagram. Thank you again, Angie. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all soon. See you, replay gang. I'm going to put my timestamps in right now so you guys can watch that. Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you so much, Shonda. Thank you for my moderators. Thank you, Black Lavender. I could not do this without you guys. You guys do not know that aside from moderating here, they are also like checking in on me, giving me, tea about the latest shows. The moderators here at NikkiStar TV go above and beyond. And we could not do what we do here without them. So I really, really thank you guys for not only being a part of the NikkiStar TV family, but making sure this ship runs smoothly. Love you, family. Yes, Met Gala, Tracy, Met Gala. I think I have a little outfit that I'll wear too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think that's going to be at about 3 p.m. Pacific Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look out for that as well. I'll put the reminders up on here and on Instagram when I can. But yeah, tomorrow should be fun. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye. Whoo, child. I think I want to make another smoothie. It's time.